Hi, this is the first day of the advanced workshop, Dr. Joe Dispenza, April 2019. So, what really struck me today as one of the things that was like a game changer for me, and which we really have to apply as a formula when you go to the workshops, is actually the the theory of the unified field, and that is that in the that above or beyond the third dimension, you have the fourth dimension and you have the fifth dimension. And if you don't think in these dimensions, actually everything that is happening in this, in the workshops with the students, in the community, in this living organism of these people changing their reality, changing disease, changing, terminal illnesses in like one healing or in one meditation, it doesn't make sense at all. So I really thought, as I am practicing this, as I am studying this, as I'm experimenting with this, for the people that are new to this work, it really would make sense to actually really understand that it doesn't make sense when you do not take into consideration that there are other dimensions where consciousness, information, and the way that we engage with it actually creates quantum shifts. So he was talking about, some of the healings, the instantaneous healings that even make him scratch his head, that even make him wonder what's possible. So, one of the things that he actually spoke about, which I really warmed my heart, was that he really wants the students to actually take the work of the healings that we do in groups to children hospitals. And they actually found 3 hospitals that are willing to work with the students. And he is not looking for recognition. He's just looking to, really change the paradigms of what's possible with our consciousness and with, teaching us the supernatural powers that all of us have. He actually even asked us not to differentiate ourselves as healers or as Reiki practitioners or as doctors. He just says that all of us have these powers. So he was telling a story of actually that there was a woman who was a nurse who participated in one of these group healings that happened in, the advanced workshops. And after witnessing all these miraculous things, and of course nurses are very practical people, they see a lot of things happen. They've been educated in, allopathic medicine, right? After she's seen, all of these miraculous, instantaneous healings happen because of the way that we see the world. We see the world in a very different way. We understand energy and consciousness in a very different way. This woman was in a hospital where the doctors were working on a little kid that couldn't be saved. Basically, this kid was dying. He was given up. The doctors actually walked out of the room. They couldn't save the kid. This nurse, bless her soul, this nurse did what she knew she could do, but she didn't have any proof that it was going to work. So she just basically connected to the fifth dimension, which is a teaching of Dr. Joe where we are one with everything. In that dimension, we are connected to everything. We are everybody and we're nobody. We're in all time and we're in no time. We're in all space dimensions and we're one with everything. She went there and she opened her heart. She went into heart coherence and she just basically sent that energy to the child, and the child came back. And the doctors did not understand what was going on, but they were really curious as to why this happened and how this was possible. And because of that, because of this amazing nurse, there are going to be 3 hospitals that want to work with this teaching or with, with this method. And that really warmed my heart so much because I think, we are ready. As a collective, we are ready to understand that there's much more than what we see and that there is so much more that we can do. And if we can heal other people by shifting our energy consciousness, by looking at all the paradigms that we have about matter as, needing an update, then what are the possibilities? If we understand that on the one level we are all one, can we start taking responsibility for the disappointing results or the conflicts or the hatred or the self-inflicted horrible things that are happening in our lives, like bad relationships, bad work, horrible organizational cultures, wars, destruction, competition, so many things in our world that are not okay. Can we then, by doing our work, by understanding that we are one with everything, that every symptom that becomes matter is somehow connected to some kind of imprint in this unified field, and that we as individuals can go there and change it because we understand that we can. And when we change it from a standpoint of love, from a standpoint of caring, and from a standpoint of we were part of the problem, so we might as well try and find a solution, even if we start to take responsibility for the healing. I mean, that to me is such, this goes beyond, just manifesting cars or manifesting your soulmate or manifesting your job. This is about understanding that there's so much more at stake than what you think manifestation is about. Manifestation is not about manifesting objects. Manifestation is about realizing who you are, realizing the nature of reality, and realizing that when we understand consciousness, we understand information, we understand how to move energy in the places that are stuck in our body, in this vehicle that we walk in, right? Our body. If we understand how to work with it, we can change our world. We can change lives. We can save lives. We can save our own life. And we can even save the lives of people we love. And so yeah, that is what I wanted to share today. And I hope that this has inspired you to look at the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza. I hear from so many people that they are here because of my videos, because they happen to be my friend and they have just watched some of my videos and they started feeling this curiosity. And so I love Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. I love him as an individual. I love him as a pioneer. I love his soul for what he has done. He, when you read his book, you will know that he believes that he has had other lives or, other parallel dimensions where he has suffered greatly for standing up for what he believed in. There were times in the evolution of his soul that he was punished for sharing the knowledge that he had. And in this life, he has created something else. And I'm so privileged that somehow I can promote his work through these simple videos that I make. And yeah, do watch the testimonials on his YouTube video. There are so many people healing disease, by thought alone, by doing the work. And there's so many people that are understanding that they have the ability to heal others. And healing is a very charged word. I'm not sure healing is the right word. I'm thinking maybe it's more about that we all affect each other. We all have a positive or a negative effect on each other. We can drain each other's energy or we can uplift each other's energy. And if we know how to use that effectively, what type of world would we leave for the people we love, for the people we work with, for our clients, for our children, for our nieces, for our country, for, the causes that we work for. So It's time that we move out of competition. It's time that we move out of the destructiveness of ignorance. I can only say, if we do not study this, if we do not experiment with this stuff, we remain in ignorance. And ignorance is the opposite of understanding. And when we remain in ignorance, we create disease, we create suffering, and we perpetuate that for generations to come. And isn't it amazing that we live in a time that we have so much information, and that we work with amazing teachers and, scientists that are breaking the ground of the fixed, rigid beliefs of materialism that we live in. Anyways, I'm gonna stop right now because I have to wake up at 5 a.m. And as normal, whenever I'm at a Dr. Joe retreat, there's never a time that I'm as excited to wake up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. or 3 a.m., whatever time he wants us to wake up, I'll do it. Because I know that I want the meeting with the divine and a meeting with the mystical, the meeting with the miraculous things that happen in the workshops. I want that more than my sleep. I want that more than anything else. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening.